I'm a pretty man. Ooh, that's that ugly style.
YouTube family, welcome back. For the newbies, my name is DevanOnDeck. I cover fashion and tech, and today we're talking about the most common mistakes that beginner YouTubers make. Now, if you've been subbed here from the beginning, you know this channel started about a year and a half ago, and maybe in the last 6 months, I've really seen a lot more exponential growth than I saw in the very beginning. And looking back, there's so many things that I wish I knew then that I know now, and all the things that you might be going through and starting your YouTube channel, not starting it yet, or losing steam and inspiration, like all those feelings that you have, trust me, I've had it, I've hit those walls, and I've overcome those things. So hopefully the advice I'm giving you in this video, you can add to your game and it'll make it better. Now, the first mistake is waiting for the right time to start your YouTube channel. I probably wanted to start a YouTube channel 2 years before I ever even got on this platform, because when I was just on Instagram, I was a guy who made these cool videos and they were entertaining, they were fun, they kind of mixed fashion and anime, and I still do them and I still have fun doing them, but I wasn't bringing you any value. But since I've been on YouTube, I've helped y'all with Instagram stories, with IGTV, with your content, with your themes, giving you the best apps to use, and so much more reason to actually watch me and listen to me. So if you want to maximize your brand, maximize what you can give people, maximize the fulfillment you get out of this social media space, I suggest you start right now. The second mistake is quitting too soon. One of the things that I almost did, a big mistake I almost made, was quitting YouTube after my first year. I was only about like 5,000 subscribers, but I was working so hard, putting out 3 videos a week. I felt uninspired, I felt discouraged, I felt like I was just hitting a brick wall. And one thing I had to do was actually go back to my own video that I put out a while ago about how I stay inspired. I had to remind myself on how to stay in the game and stay inspired and push through, and I'm glad I did, because a month later, that's when my channel started blowing up. You ever see that meme or like that drawing of that person like digging for the diamonds and then they give up and walk away, but the person above them or below them is doing the same thing but they didn't give up? You don't want to be that person that doesn't get the diamonds, so continue to push through. I will link that video down below if you want to see my video on how to stay inspired. The next mistake on this list is not studying the game. So when you're watching somebody that inspires you, say you're a beauty and makeup person and you're watching a beauty and makeup person and you're just watching their video just to watch it, rather than having notes out and studying and saying, okay, look at their intro or their lighting or their outro or the graphics they put on screen, or they always say this one thing at the very middle of the video. Why do they always do that? Really picking those things apart and breaking down why they do certain things. Trust me, studying the game was one of the big keys that led me to success once I actually started paying attention, closer attention to what people were doing in my space. The next mistake is being ashamed or afraid or shying away from copying someone else's video format or something or an element from their videos. You know, I always encourage y'all to make everything your own, right? When you're inspired by something, make it your own, but you can't make it your own until you first master it. So have no shame when it comes to copying, because if something's working for someone else, it might just work in general and they just figured out what works. You can't tell me that a successful doctor is not gonna see that, oh, this new type of surgery is working to mend bones easier, but I didn't think of it, so I'm not gonna do it. No, they're gonna help their patients out with that same proven way that works to mend bones better. You get what I'm saying? So if it works for somebody else, try it, do it, apply it. Another mistake beginners make is not looking outside of their genre or their interests for inspiration. If somebody has a huge channel or huge success, or even a small channel with really crazy high views, they are doing something right, even if they're not in your space. Watch their video, watch it for 30 seconds, watch it for a minute and see if you notice anything. There are plenty of channels out there that I watch, that I take notes from, that don't do anything to do with fashion, nothing to do with social media, digital marketing, branding, nothing that I do. But I might like their personality or how they say certain things or their timing on certain things that I then add to my videos to make me better. So look outside of your space for inspiration, because when you bring it back to your space, you look like a genius and like you thought of something brand new, but no, you just borrowed it from somewhere else that no one else is looking. Another mistake beginners make, and that I used to do all the time, is to ask people to subscribe in the very beginning of the video. If you haven't brought them any value yet, why would they subscribe to your channel? That's like going to a restaurant and before you even order your food, they just bring you the bill right away and say, pay and give me a tip. Whoa. You haven't brought me water yet, I haven't seen your service, I haven't tasted your food. I'm not sure even if I want to stick around to even order at this point, because now you've stuffed a bill in my face. So let them taste the food of your video that you want to offer them, so that then they can make an informed choice if they want to stick around. That's how you'll find the best subscribers that actually are there for you and what's going on and what you have to offer. Coming in at number 7 is is making your videos too long. One of the first things that I do when I watch a video is see how long is it? Do I got time to watch this whole thing compared to what you have to give me? And that's true for a lot of people. But the crazy part is when I used to put out videos at the beginning of my channel, they'd be like 10 minutes long, 12 minutes long, sometimes 20-minute videos. And I'm like, man, why is no one watching it? And it's because it took me too long to explain stuff. Mistake number 8 on this list is writing the wrong script. Some people like to have a word-for-word script and they're very highly successful with that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's gonna work for you. You might be a freestyle person and like to say everything off the top of your head and it works for you. Me, I'm somewhere in between the written and the freestyle. I do like a bullet point list, and then from there, I just kind of freestyle to keep myself on track for my videos. But figure out what works for you and don't necessarily take one person's way over the other. You gotta find your own. Another common mistake is making videos only for yourself. If all your videos are just things that you think of that pop into your head and not really take into account what your comments are saying or what people want or what people are searching for, then your channel is just gonna fail. So say your main channel is cooking and recipes, but you also love to travel. If your hook and what people really wanna see from you is, yo, we love your recipes, we love your food, then 90%, 80% cooking, and then maybe you vlog and do travel vlogging 20% of your channel. And the final mistake on this list, but certainly not least, is not keeping an eye on trends. If a certain topic is trending that has to do with what your channel is about and you make a video on it, it has more of a better chance of being exposed to other people, being more discoverable, and being more algorithmically friendly. The 3 best places to keep your eye on are Google Trends, the YouTube trending list, as well as the authorities in your space on YouTube. Google Trends is a website all by itself. The YouTube trending you can find on your homepage on YouTube. It'll show you what's trending, like 1 to 20 or something like that. Authorities in your space are whoever's like ruling the kingdom, right? So if you are a comedy person or a comedic personality on YouTube and you do a certain type of comedy, you do skits, who else is doing skits in your space? What are they talking about? What's trending among those people, right? If you see there are 5 people that rule the game and they all talk about the same thing, you probably should talk about the same thing too, because it helps you, again, be more discoverable, okay? So be aware of those things. That's the full 10 list. Now, if there's anything that I missed on this list that you would like to add, leave it down in the comments. Any questions, obviously go ahead and ask them. If you haven't subbed to this channel yet, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.